You're watching the Movie Dogs. We bark about the movies and nothing but the movies.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, welcome to a special episode of the Movie Dog Show. Well, at 9 o'clock this morning on the dot, on our time, who gives a care about everybody else, we got our first look at James Gunn's Superman, the teaser trailer. After 3 days, we got the movie poster with the song, which was pretty cool. We talked about that, and of course, we got a teaser to the teaser. We live in a world where we get teasers to the teaser. Anyway, Josh, you are the comic book entrepreneur. You own the shop. We're here at River Monster Comics in Dunnellon. Of course, again, I'm joined by Joshua Church. Your thoughts, man? You go first.
Man. So right off the bat, I mean, it was the build up of getting the teaser, getting all that kind of preemptive strike stuff, and feeling like, oh man, this is going to be good. And I remember I sat down on my couch and I was kind of stressed, going, hopefully this lives up to it. But I have to say, man, I'm pleasantly surprised that it came out phenomenally. Like right off the bat, the emotion of it, letting Superman be vulnerable. Crypto, Jesus Christ! Like
yes.
Crypto hits the screen.
Is that the first time Crypto's been live action ever?
I think so. Oh, no, Smallville.
Oh,
right? Yeah. But absolutely loved what they did there. And then just like very little dialogue, but like just really heavy emotion. I wasn't prepared. Like I sat there the first viewing, and I just kind of tried to take it all in. Yeah, this whole Lex Luthor, all of the
which I have to say, probably the most comic book accurate.
But all of that stuff was just living with me. And then the second time I watched it, the emotional weight hit, and I spontaneously had tears in my eyes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional. I'm wrecked. And I wasn't prepared for that. I must have watched the trailer now like 7 or 8 times, but the thing that it needed to do, it did. Which was set the tone, show us that it's an emotional movie, have a vulnerable Superman, have the hope and the kindness and compassion of Superman on the front page, and the energy of what you were going to get. And I think that sold it. Plus, you got a Clark Kent and Superman that felt different.
Yes.
For pretty much the first time, I think, since Reeve.
Yeah.
Where I believe that that's a different dude.
Yeah. Hairstyle.
And everything. The way he carried himself, the vibe of it.
It kind of gave an awkward, nerdish type of
Yeah.
anti-social type of feel.
Yeah, and that comic book, Frank Quitely kind of style of kind of hunch yourself over and, hey man, I'm Clark, and then you're Superman. So I was absolutely in love with it, and July can't come fast enough. Like, I loved what I saw.
What I got from it, because I was thinking, because we got the song, which really brought, because the humming, and it was a bit, and I said, Hans Zimmer and John Williams kind of mixed. But I was thinking, and then we got the teaser.
Which none of that footage was in the
trailer,
it wasn't. Which was nice.
And I was thinking, it's going to be something subtle. But we got this rocking out version of the John Williams theme. And we got to see some of the characters that are going to be in this. We got Mr. Terrific. Guy Gardner,
looking appropriately ridiculous.
Yes, Nathan Fillion, who we wanted him to be a Green Lantern. He did the voice one time, but we got him.
It's perfect.
And we got glimpses. This did not give us any plot points. It didn't give us any nothing. We don't even know who really. I mean, we know Lex Luthor,
but we don't know.
Him. Yeah.
Somebody put him
major threat.
Somebody Yamcha'd him in the opening bit, and we just don't know who.
Yeah.
And Metamorpho for a second.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to go, oh, that's Metamorpho, because I was like, who's that guy? And then it took me, I was like, holy God, you see the red on the arm, and it made me go. Yeah,
but when
he's terrific.
When he crashed, though. When he crashed, that was the first image we got, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they're going.
That's a way to introduce him. And then he's lying there,
breathing.
and then he's bleeding from the mouth, and then he's that whistle, and then you're thinking, oh, they're going to give us crypto right away. And he came up, with the cape and everything, and it was just, it felt different. Listen, everybody's going to have their emotions towards Henry Cavill.
Of course. Yeah.
And he was a perfect Superman.
Yeah.
He embodied the look and everything.
Yeah. Just the unfortunately, it was always the writing that held it back and kept him from being.
And the studio itself at the time, too.
Of course, what they were going for.
There was really no studio head. Like now there is James Gunn and Peter Safran. They're in charge, and they're keeping everything glued together. But I do have to say that we're going to have to give this a chance to those naysayers right now who, the same thing was when people were like, well, why can't Brandon Routh still be Superman? Because it didn't work.
Yeah.
Even though Brandon Routh was a good Superman.
Yeah. And we can love all of them.
Yeah.
To every actor has gotten a different part right. And so for me, it all's kind of worked. But yeah, I don't think it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be, well, if we like David, then we hate Henry.
Yeah.
There's aspects of every Superman take that I appreciate, but for me, I'm completely ready. I feel like time has shown that, like, Superman always, if I think of the best Superman movies, they usually came amongst a time where people felt not as hopeful and the movies were kind of darker.
Yeah.
And you're getting that vibe. In the 70s was Dirty Harry, and then all of a sudden you get Reeves Superman.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need that. I didn't realize how much I needed it until, like, my eyes were watering up, and I was like, oh my God, I need this. Like,
whatever's in the atmosphere of the world, it reflects in our film.
Yeah, very much so.
And it makes film better.
Yeah.
Because you got that drive to say, well, if these people are feeling this way, I want to do something that's going to kind of Star Wars, for example.
Yeah.
But again,
James Gunn said, he said I wrote it, I wanted something that would inspire me. I wasn't thinking too much about Supermans that came before and how to make it. He's like, I just wanted to make a Superman story that would inspire me and make me feel hope.
And the red underwear back.
Yeah, and thankfully, David Cornsweet was adamant about keep it bright. That kids should feel safe around Superman, and that brightness kind of adds to that.
And everybody should feel comfortable to wear their underwear outside their pants. I used to do it when I was a kid.
It's a fashion icon.
Yeah. Anyway, but your final thoughts. Do you feel like this is a perfect start for a whole new universe? By the way, this is the start of a whole new cinematic universe. Everything that's come before the last 2 years or the last 10 years with DC, it's wiped the slates, and we're going to get a new Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, and all that.
Yeah. Outside of Peacemaker and Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Parts of it, supposedly. And now Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like the start of a new film universe that hasn't been done. And, just a nice reboot of Superman bringing back to his comic book roots.
Right. So, but your final thoughts, do you feel this worked?
Super hopeful. It did everything it needed to do. It had a lot on its plate to have to live up to, and all the hype in the world, and to me, 100% lived up to it, actually exceeded it. So for me, I'm in 1,000%, pushing my chips in, like, all in.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. Don't forget, River Monster Comics here in Dunnellon, Florida. What are your hours?
10 to 7 on most days, 10 to 8 on Friday and Saturday, only closed on Monday and Sunday.
Perfect days. All right, folks. Josh, thanks again for being on the show.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Again, check out all the other videos on this channel if you hadn't yet subscribed. And it's out there, folks. Take a look if you hadn't yet. Superman trailer.
And read comics.
There you go. Perfect. That's how I learned to read. Me did good, too. All right. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching. Bye.